100 episodes. A 212-hour save. Countless factories. From simple builds to mega creations. This is my Satisfactory base tour. Hello everybody, it is Purple Nova and welcome to episode 100 of Satisfactory. We have finally made it to episode 100. It's crazy to think about. I don't know how many days it has taken to get to this point in this series, too many to count. But we aren't done yet, but to commemorate episode 100, we are going to be doing an awesome base tour of the whole entire facility, from kind of the beginnings to our advancements to where we are now, and I'm really excited to show you everything that we've done. So with that being said, let's jump into it. So I am at my home base, our kind of second home base that we have had. The first one was decommissioned, and we'll go take a look at that. That'll be the first place that we go. But I just want to say, if you are just joining in for this series, hopefully I make sense of all this. I probably won't. And I'm sorry about that, but if you have been watching this series for quite a long time, thank you. You're awesome. I hope you are enjoying it. Hope it's a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy this base tour. Maybe you'll catch things that you didn't realize. So that being said, let's go into our train and make our way down to our original base. All right, I'm cutting to here because these trains are an absolute pain in my butt. So yeah, I got in the train. These trains messed me up. Don't worry about it. We're going to our first home base. Again, it's decommissioned. It looks a little crappy, but that's okay. But that'll be where we started. Now, I did do a base tour on episode 50, but some things have changed throughout the whole entire base. Throughout the whole entire map in general that we've been playing on. We've done a lot of things, have advanced a lot, have gone through so many renditions of travel and all new stuff, and I'm planning on covering all that. So the first things first is trying to slow down enough. You know, I'm just gonna get out. You can slow down on your own. So this is our first base. This is called our Orange Box Factory, which is where we started out. We have our jelly bean still here. We got a jelly bean. We caught him. We had two up in this base at one point. Somehow made their way up here, but now we only have one. I got a bunch of random stuff in here. What the heck? Oh well. So this was our original home base. This is where we kind of did our first factory. Kind of did a lot of things, in all honesty. I don't know how many episodes we stayed at this base, but you can see we made it nice and neat, nice and fun. I'm gonna pull my coffee out while we do this. So this is it. I didn't take really much from inside of here, but this is kind of where we did all the stuff. We have our awesome sink, which has one coupon in it, and yeah, that's pretty cool. We got a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Awesome shop. Had a little purple lights, since we are Purple Nova, you know. Try to keep it purple themed. There's a bunch of different stuff, and yeah, that way. This is kind of the meat of our first factory. We got lizard doggos. There should be 3 of them in here that we've captured. I haven't moved them over to my new base yet, because, well, in fact, they're so cute. I don't really want to move them. So this was our first base. Not bad. Not great. Really simple. Took a lot longer to create than I probably could right now. I could probably knock this out in, what, 5 minutes? Doing all this stuff. But this creates smart plating and like cement, iron plates, cables, and wire were kind of my first things I wanted to create. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the space. It's 2 levels. Second level's kind of crap. I think the second level never actually worked for the longest time, which is my bad. Oh well. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And of course, Orange Box Factory, because it's the default orange and the default walls that we had, because we didn't have anything else unlocked at the time. But this was renovated, or not renovated, but kind of reused when we first started getting trains. It was like around episode 50 that we got our trains, and that's when I started building all these conveyor belt systems and built this platform above our Orange Box Factory that is like its own, you know, we got our own train station, and basically this just takes all the resources that we have and brings it all the way to our wherever, to our home base, kind of. And I'll get into all this stuff that you see here, hopefully. This is pretty cool, pretty fun stuff. We went from like this base over to that purple base over there, I think. No, we went down. We went down here. This is when I kind of still colored all my bases. Right now, everything's just concrete, just straight up concrete. It's like this, but yeah, pretty cool. So this created copper sheets. We had quick wire being created back here because there's a Caterium deposit back here, which is pretty neat. Yeah, you can see it right here. Again, color coordinated because I put in the effort back then. Then we advanced it a little bit. We got AI limiters and what do we all do? AI limiters, yeah, copper sheets and quick wire. It's kind of what this produces for us. And then this copper goes into this original or orange box factory. And I'll get into this highway. Don't think I'm forgetting about the highway. But this is bringing its resources over to kind of our, I think this is our next base that we created. I can't remember entirely. Was like purple factory or whatever. I think it's like Nova Factory is what it's called. But look at how tall it is. You'd think, man, this is really tall. There must be a lot of stuff in here. No. It's it's all one level. This was, I didn't really build upwards on any of my bases, not like I am doing right now with the Mega Factory, because I didn't really need to. Like this does pretty good. It's not that big. It's manageable. It's a couple assemblers and a couple constructors. Actually, this is actually kind of satisfying to look at. I do enjoy this, mainly because it's all color coordinated. Coordinated. I don't know, words are hard, but yeah, don't mind that. Are you supposed to be going from somewhere? I have no idea. But this was kind of our biggest factory for a decent amount of time. It was pretty worked. It did iron plates, it did reinforced iron plates, and modular frames. And then, of course, the addition of trains brought it all up, along with the stuff from our one factory. You see that truck, that tractor down there? He's just falling into the abyss. That's pretty fun. That's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. They do pretty cool stuff. Yep, there he goes. Okay. My, that highway system is something. This comes up. We got another train station. And that's pretty much how this all works for a lot of our beginning factories. That there's just a train station placed on top of all of them, which is interesting. It's interesting stuff. Let me just delete the train. Yeah, okay. Let's take it with us. So the next kind of thing, what did we do next? I think it was our steel that we created next. But it's like kind of like these factories, but it does steel pipes and steel beams, and we still use it for steel pipes and steel beams. Like, I don't have any other factory creating those resources. That one has held us for those resources for a long time. Well, since, I don't know, episode, oh, when did we do it? It was around like episode 10 to 20, around there. Interesting. So the big thing that you can see is a highway. We have our very own highway system created from blueprints and stuff that way. Pretty neat. I do enjoy how it worked for us for a very long time. It served as a great transportation for for a decent amount of time, till like episode 50, 55. We use this a lot, and maybe even beyond that. But yeah, you can do buggies, you can do tractors, trucks. Yeah, because we have trucks too. And this basically was our main route of transporting resources kind of throughout this whole entire area, if you can see. So kind of like this whole area that I'm zoomed in on, all the resources that are found in here, majority of it, kind of like here all the way up, was used using this highway. It's great. It works fantastically for the most part. It does struggle, however, with fueling. I have a bunch of gas stations or fueling stations just littered all throughout it, because I've advanced them. I've brought more in. They use turbo fuel now. Originally it was just coal that they used, which we took from by our steel factory. But now it uses turbo fuel. We advanced the turbo fuel, which was a pain in the butt to get that all set up. My gosh. But we got it now. And the tractors are hilarious to watch. There's, I don't know, probably at least... Oh, how many do you think there are? Like 40, 50, maybe even more tractors and trucks that use this route. It's a lot. And when you have not that many, you have like 20 or so, it doesn't do too bad. You don't really have many hiccups. You don't really have many deadlocks. But once you start adding in like crossroads and intersections and stuff that way, then you run into a lot of problems. And I didn't realize that until we used this for a lot of our transportation and a lot of kind of our big factories and making sure they all worked. And our storage facilities, which we'll get into. But once we add all that stuff, it really became a pain in the butt because they just would run out of fuel, or wouldn't fuel properly, or wouldn't fuel at all, or run into each other and be in a deadlock, and we wouldn't get resources in our... I just got knocked over somehow. That's great. I need another sip of coffee for that. Yeah, it was great at the beginning. It worked really well. It's great for transportation when you first start out, and it looks quite nice if you put in the time to set it up. Then I also added signs. So I added like these signs. That was all I added. I wanted to add a bunch of signs, and I didn't. But you can see, and we'll come to this one now. Our iron storage 1, even though there's like no other iron storages. Well, so if you come down here, this was our very first storage facility. This was kind of our mock-up for it to get a good idea of what this is like. Why are you not working? Why are you not working? Can you please? Oh my goodness gracious! Do you mind? He's just trying to drive. In fact, you're probably out of fuel, aren't you? Yep. Just gonna give you some. He's full of ingots. So this, I forget how much this facility holds. I don't think it's a million. No, it would be maybe like millions, way too much. It probably holds around 300,000. No, it's probably more like 150,000 iron ingots, which is still quite a bit if you think about it. It's still quite a bit, and it's pulling in a lot. It cycles pretty well. I think it fuels quite a bit of our factories, and it does pretty good with that, which is nice. You can see it's just a bunch of storage units all connected in its own building, and then they come out here. This conveyor belt goes to I believe our train station, and this conveyor belt goes to our output for trucks and tractors, because when we started doing these storage facilities, we didn't have trains, so they are all kind of designed for trucks and tractors, and they still, I believe, all are in a way, but some are just more tuned to trains. You see that? It's nice little one. And this is only a one output station, which, you know, it does its part. It does well. But we also have, I think, our other storage facilities that we'll get into are like 3 outputs, 3 inputs, 3 outputs, which is pretty nice. You can do a lot with that. Yeah, this was our first attempt at it. Pretty nice. It works pretty well. I'm happy with it. And yeah, it was relatively cheap to make. Now ours are a lot bigger and hold a lot more. So if you notice as we go around, you might see a couple of these small little factories just kind of scattered around this kind of beginning area. These were all put into place in hopes of storage facilities, or planning for our kind of a bigger storage home base that stores a lot of stuff. And it worked. Like that's what we are doing. I guess this is going to an awesome sink, and that goes up to our train station. And that's what's happening here. Is these are producing resources. These are full. This is what I used to come to for iron plates and iron rods. Now I just go to my home base, and it works pretty nice. But these go up. Another train station, and there's train stations littered all over the place. And this one, yeah, it does all our kind of our iron stuff. And its name I cannot pronounce. That's what it is. That is what it's called. And we got a nice little one, nice little copper one over there. I don't think I have a... No. Okay, so another thing with the stations or with our storage facilities, is none of them are fueled. None of the inputs come from trains. All the inputs come from tractors and trucks. Because I kind of stopped doing storage facilities once we kind of got into trains quite a bit and really started using them around the base. So yeah, we don't really use them for inputs, but we use trucks and tractors, and they do decent. Again, we struggle with them a lot, and we'll probably see it happening. It's probably happening right now somewhere. In fact, I know it's happening somewhere. That's pretty much that. I don't know what else is over here. There's a bunch of nodes that are being harvested kind of as on this offshoot from this road. We got like a copper node, we got a concrete node, we've got an iron node. It's not concrete, it's limestone, but we changed it into concrete. And they aren't fancy stuff. It's all just kind of scattered throughout the floor here, or along the soil underneath our toes. But it works decent. It works well. It does what it needs to do. And he picks up, yeah, 207. It's a slow process, but over time it's added up, and it's been really nice for some things. Yeah, here's our steel ingot facility, and this is about as far kind of where are we at, like east, that we go, kind of in this lower area. We really don't go into this area at all, so I don't really think there's much here. There probably is, and I'm just missing out. But hey Stingray. But yeah, this is again the steel factory for our train station for our steel factory. And I got a nice little roundabout over here. This little roundabout that was meant to go whenever we do build our factory way out yonder. So that'll be one of the four factories of our final factories will be out there, and then we'll use this one. So this is what our loading and unloading stations kind of look like for quite a bit of time with our trucks and tractors. As you just come here, this is full. We must not have. Where's our tractor that's doing this route? Oh, it's probably stuck somewhere. So you can see that this is full, which means it's not properly functioning. There should be a tractor that comes here, picks up this concrete, and takes it away, but it's not doing that. So we're full on concrete, and this is one of our biggest concrete nodes, concrete productions, because it's like 3 or 4 limestone nodes creating concrete. It's great. Are you here for that? Are you gonna pick it up? No, you're full, so you are not unloading. Interesting. See, stuff like that, like I just don't know that stuff because I'm building so much so often. I just can't keep track of it all. This used to be a fuel station, but now it is red and it is powered off. This is where we used to bring our coal for our fuel for all of our... What are you doing? What are you running from? Why are you running? Okay. Our fuel for all of our fueling stations. This one takes... What do you take? You just take coal. So this takes coal and brings it to our turbo fuel. That's why we have coal here. So yeah, that's pretty much all of this way, and kind of covers everything for kind of our OG base. There's still some other stuff that we could talk about. Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, so this in the distance that you see way over there, that base right there, that's our mega factory. That is on the other side of the map. That's how tall that is so far, and it's gonna probably, I don't think it'll double, but it'll, it's gonna get big. It's gonna get real big. All right, so I'm going to, well, heck, let's place it on a buggy if we can. Transportation, explorer, we cannot. Never mind, placing down a train. There we go. All right, let's get going. So the train system for all this stuff works a heck of a lot nicer. It's a lot more reliable. That's the word. That's the word for our trains. Our trains are reliable, but our roads and highway system, all the trucks and tractors, are not as reliable. Not as reliable as you would want them to be. They don't fix themselves. They mess up, and then we or we wait for stuff to happen and then it never happens because nothing is working. But you can see this highway system. There's a nice little square around. It works. It's nice. We got a bunch of nodes, and all these nodes are being harvested and popped into our storage facilities, which we will go and look at next here. So I'm just gonna get out right here. Okay, you know what? Can you just stop for me, please? Thank you. There we go. So our next kind of large advancement of our place, of our whole kind of system, was our storage facilities. Now these were all in before episode 50, but I still just want to kind of cover them. So we've got, I think, like technically 4 if you count the iron, but over here we got 3 major storage facilities that kind of happened before episode 50. We've got our concrete, we got our steel ingots, and we've got our copper ingots. Our concrete one works great. It's been doing amazing, absolute wonders. It holds, what, 3 million concrete when it's full? And it's got to be getting pretty damn close to being full, because this has been going for a very, very long time. Why do we have limestone here? That's not okay. We're not supposed to have limestone. Someone's bringing in limestones from somewhere. That's great. That's, you know what? Lovely, 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 lovely. Oh well. You can see this is pretty damn full. Like, a lot of these are full of concrete, which is awesome. So limestone gets in and then we're really screwed. But oh well. Yeah, these are, we got a 3 inputs, which is nice. 3 outputs. What are you doing over there, buddy? Silly rascal. It's really efficient. It, you know, will never run out, that's for sure. But originally we didn't have a train system set up to it, so that's why this is kind of jankily put in, and that's why. Oh, we also weren't planning on limestone, so that's why this is here, because this kind of filters out our limestone. At least it's supposed to filter out our limestone. It does its best. It tries. Which is, you know what? We'll take it. Yep. Okay, I need to continue on. Otherwise, we'll be here for forever. This is our steel ingot facility, and I like this one. I like how the steel ingot facility turned out. So we've got 2 inputs, because steel ingots require 2 inputs. It requires iron and coal. So this is also where the coal goes. I kind of forgot about that. And no, this does not produce steel beams and steel pipes. I know I said that factory was only for, or the only steel one, but that's our only steel one for ingots, not ingots, sorry, beams and pipes, steel beams and steel pipes. There's so many beam parts to this. Easy, it all pumps in. Got our foundries, they're foundering, and yeah, pretty full, pretty good. I should change up this conveyor system so that way it cycles and do every single one, but it doesn't seem to be, which is just dandy. It's just fine. But I forget how much this one holds. I don't think it's 3 million, but it might be pretty damn close, because this holds 100. It's probably more close to like 600,000-700,000, which is still a lot. But pretty neat. I like it. I think we used a blueprint for our foundries. It worked, like the numbers worked out perfectly for it, which was really nice. And then this whole conveyor system was a pain in my butt. I had to redo it probably 3 or 4 times over the span of multiple episodes, because I just realized it wouldn't work, and then it wouldn't work, and then it wouldn't work, and now it's this. We are never touching that ever again. But down below is our copper ingot. It's just like our cement one, a little shorter, a little taller, and a pain in my butt, because we really don't. What the heck is going on down here? We don't bring in really any copper ingots compared to our concrete and our stuff for our steel, and that's just because I got lazy and really didn't put many nodes on it. Why are you not going? You are out of fuel, which is great. you're always out of fuel. So this is our silica truck, and we'll go down. We'll see our silica and quartz. There are only 2 silica and quartz, or only silica, or our only quartz in our only quart nodes that we harvest from. But before we do that, I want to show you this factory. This was probably one of our more advanced factories earlier in the game. It's probably like episode 60, around there, that we created this. This kind of gave me the idea for our mega factory in terms of stacking. It's kind of a way of doing it, and it's very satisfying, even though you can't really see anything because it's pitch black outside. You see all our ingots come in nice and neatly. This is kind of my first go at making something somewhat satisfying to look at, but this, I believe, was all for our, was it 3 or our tier 3, or like sending off our space station for part 3, maybe, whatever it's called. But it produces, heck, I can even tell you what it produces. I think it produces stators, it produces, so automated wiring, stators, encased industrial beams, and what else? What do you produce down here? Rotors? Oh, motors. Stators, industrial beams, oh, and versatile framework. That's what all this creates. So like 5 different parts, and it does pretty well. And we use this now to fuel our storage facility at our home base, which is nice. But you can see it's quite tall, quite large, and it is encased, and it has windows, and it's nice and cool and neat. And then it was modified for the trains. A lot of the stuff was modified for trains, which is so much fun. Oh, I'm still in photo mode. Oops, you can see how much fuel I have. So yeah, and then a train route all around, kind of confusing. I know how it works. The trains know how it works, but if you were looking at this, you'd be like, I have no idea where I'm going. There's a hill? I don't have to go over trains to get to the same track. Anyway, so this was kind of our extent of our highway for a decent amount of time, and this is what we focused on a lot. And then there's offshoots, there's advancement, there's changes and stuff that way. It all changed. This is where autosave just likes to eat me out so much. Sorry. This is where we have the most deadlocks, because look, he's just stuck here. He has fuel. He has fuel, but he's not driving. They don't drive. They run into each other. I think like the most we've had here, I think we've had every single vehicle that goes on this little intersection here has been stuck because someone just decided to run out of fuel, or was like, no, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, please, after you. No, please, pleasurely go, please. Boy, oh boy, do I love it so much. Then we eventually built upwards, and kind of what I see as our next section of our factory, our next kind of build. I know I'd say I go to look at the quartz, but this highway just takes you, that highway that I'm looking at right now goes to 2 quart nodes, and I realize it's really not that exciting to look at. It's like what we saw way over yonder, but for quartz and silica. It's like this guy, he's out of fuel, isn't he? Yeah. Couldn't tell you how. He passes probably 3 different fuel stations to get to this point. But oh well. So now we're at our home base. This home base has been advanced and kind of tweaked over the episodes ever so slightly. The original kind of build of it is still here, where our first level is not our first level, but it's kind of built for when we don't either have a factory for something, or our factory didn't produce enough and we need to quickly produce things. That's where this comes in. So we have our smelter room, we have our constructor room, which I have used. It's not like I haven't used these. I have. Then we got our assembler room, and then over here, now this part I haven't really used. This is our packaging room for liquids, and we haven't really used any liquid stuff in our home base much, but it's here if we ever need to. Yeah, this is just a long hallway. goes nowhere pretty much. Why is it? Oh, there's just a tractor. He's just sitting in here. Don't mind him. So then we got a beautiful stairwell, beautiful staircase. We'll look at that door in a little bit. We go up level 2. This is kind of our piping area. This is, you know, I had a pipe system set up. Didn't think it worked. Technically it did work. I was just dumb and couldn't read or view or look or anything. I don't know. Whatever. And it actually could have worked, but I messed it up. So this is our manufacturing room, and it's expanded without proper adjustment to the home base. It's just, I just kind of blew it out of the wall. And yeah, so we got 2 manufacturers because I was lazy one time. And otherwise, before that, this room looked great. There wasn't all these storage containers everywhere. So yeah, but we got nice windows where we can look out, see all of our beautiful stuff. And our trains aren't moving because one of the trains is effed. Oh well. But then over in this room is our foundries. I haven't used this ever because there's only 2 things that we produce in foundries, and we got plenty of them. Then if we continue on, we got our blueprint room, which we have not used yet. Maybe I used it once. Look at how nice this is. For a blueprint room, this is pretty damn nice, and I haven't used it. I could have used it for blueprints at our mega factory, but I just created a different blueprint machine because we're so far away. And I didn't really want to mess with it. Okay, nice blueprint room. If I ever needed it. Except for whatever the heck's going on right here. Why are you... Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with it. But I did some like cool aesthetic stuff and some accents, and you know, I really like this room. But I haven't used it, which is okay. But it's here. Alright, and next, let's go... There is technically a 3rd level. I don't think... Yeah, no, the 3rd level goes up... Where does the 3rd level go? Oh, yeah, that's right. There is a 3rd level. So this is where we have all of our fuel coming in. Pretty fancy. A lot of the stuff is now designated. Like we've got nitrogen, we've got aluminum solution. Sorry. And we've got water and sulfuric acid, and you see none of these are full because, oh, this one is crude oil, but like there's like nothing in them because I don't really use them. And there's so many more fluids that I could do. So let me come out here and let's look at this store. So this is our backup storage, and it should be pretty full. Yeah, it's at 100%. So we use this for a long time, and it still is very viable. But this is when, if we ever get low on power, this turns on. There's so many damn batteries here that if we ever are close to power or run out of power and still need to function, this starts, and it lasts for a very long time. A very long time. I can't even tell you how much charge we've gotten here. It's quite nice. I quite enjoy it. And we used it for a long time before we got our nuclear power. That's what powered us. We're basically those batteries. So then we got our nice hub. We got our outside area. We got our space elevator. It was pretty cool. We just got one more to do with it. We'll be done. And then we've got this fun thing here, which, oh boy, it's an absolute mess of a unit. And that's okay. It was a fun build for when I was back from spring break, just to get back into it. And yeah, it's a bunch of jump pads, and trucks and tractors are affected by jump pads. And so I built a giant arena and dropped in an absolute baloney amount of trucks and tractors. And they all bounced around and bounced out, and it was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed it, and it lagged my game so very much. So a lot of them are deleted, and a lot of them aren't in the thing anymore. But yeah, I don't know what this is. What are you? Oh, you're a pump. Okay. And this room is just our unpackager. I don't have windows. Shit. So that's fun. Just unpackage. We'll take this tube at the end. This goes up, out, and out. It's quite nice. It's quite fun. Very dangerous. I don't know what G-force you hit with it, but a lot. Alright, why are you not... What's going on here? You just didn't want to work? Turn on self-driving. Oh, I forget I have to turn on self-driving. The amount of trains I've ran into that... Turn on self-driving. Yep, that's my bad. Whoops. Anyway, so this is our kind of main train station. Train loading and loading. This is what brings all the resources into our storage facility, which let's take a look at that. So if I come into here, this is technically part of it. This is all our miscellaneous stuff, which is fine. If I come into here, I open this up, but there's doors, and this goes to our stairwell, and there's another stairwell on the other side that I never use. But this is basically, this isn't everything. This is a lot of the stuff. A lot of kind of our main resources, everything up before I think like really tier 7 and 8 can be placed in the storage facility. It has its own thing. And you may be wondering, well, what happens if you bring too much of one thing in? Well, there is a system on the back that so like all our stuff comes along this closest splitting row, and then these are smart splitters. So whenever there's like overflow or not, it can't go into there anymore, it goes out this way, and it goes out this way, and it comes around and blah 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 and into this awesome sink, which is, I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible how this works, and it works, which is insane. But I think there's like, is it 3 or 4 rows of storage that we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 rows, and it's all here. It's quite nice. I've had to stop bringing some resources in to fuel other factories because this will take a lot of stuff, and it'll eat up all my resources if I allow it. Yeah, look at that, stators, bunch of stators. Nice. But otherwise, it's pretty good. There is a fluid unload. We never use it. And I don't know why I still have the fluid one there, because I got a fluid unload station over here. This is kind of my own personal station. Now maybe you're asking yourself, isn't this all personally yours? Yes, it is. But none of the AI trains, none of the automatic trains go to this station. This is where I park my train whenever I'm here. And there's like a route that they can just go right past, and I can have my train here. I don't have to worry about backups or blockages, and they just go right on by. It's like nothing comes here except for me. Just nice. And so yeah, this is where we pumped in nitrogen gas one time. Aluminum solution, sorry. So yeah, now on to our next level of storage facilities. And oh my gosh, I just realized these factories are so much bigger than my storage facilities. So these storage facilities are downsized from what we have down there. They don't hold as much. They hold quite a bit, but not as much. This is, one second, this is our turbo fuel production. It works nicely. We have a bunch of turbo fuel, which is perfect. I'd rather have more turbo fuel than less turbo fuel than what we need. Yeah, it just cycles around. It does circles. It's quite nice. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's also a weird setup. But if I come into here, again, highway system. A lot of stuff runs on the highway system. Underneath is our unloading and loading for highway. This is where we load all our stuff in, which is a bad thing to do when you got it this close, because sometimes things don't want to unload, and they just don't want to work. And it's great, and I've had so much fun fixing it, and it's never been fixed, even though I try so very hard. But up above, which is another modification, this wasn't originally intended for this train station to be here, but it just so happened to work. But this takes in all 4 resources that we have. We've got rubber, we've got silica, we've got quartz, which we like never use, and we've got plastic. And that's pretty nice. And again, this is another storage facility, so each kind of has their own section. As you can see, I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 4 by 4, which is pretty good. That's a lot. You can store a lot in there. It looks like this one's completely full. Yeah, absolutely just full of quartz, which is what we want in case we ever needed quartz for any of our factories. Which I don't think we have really needed quartz. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. So next up for factories that were created was this factory. This factory came kind of right after the storage facility was created, and it uses a storage facility. I think it's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different inputs. 6 different truck station inputs are all here. They all have resources. What? Why is this not running? Why are you not running? Oh. There's no way. This didn't have power. This whole system didn't have power. I totally forgot. Before nuclear power, I just shut off a bunch of power, a bunch of plants. This was one that I shut off. Damn. That would explain why I don't have any of these resources being created. Crap. Anyway, we got it now, which is nice. But this is, let's see, what do we produce here? This one I think is computers. We produce 3 different resources in here. We produce computers. We produce heavy modular frames and crystal oscillators. They're all produced here, which is quite nice. But it is really well. It's like perfect ratios of everything if we bring in enough resources. If our tractors and trucks work, everything is perfectly ratioed out to be oh so satisfying in its inputs, which is nice. I like it. It is very enjoyable. Yeah, we got that, and then that's this level, and the next level is pretty much the exact same thing. And we got a little advancement of my power and kind of walkway above here. So all the power comes from underneath this walkway, which you can see there's a beam right here, and underneath the beam is power like that, and it works pretty nicely. Pretty cool. And say this is when we unlocked our manufacturers, is why these were created. Now that I remember, we unlocked manufacturers and trucks, and yeah, we created this factory, and it's pretty nice. It's got windows, and it works. It's pretty. It's flashy. It's pretty. Then you can see the whole conveyor belt system also worked out really well. The whole logistics of doing this took a lot of time, but is very satisfying. As you can see, everything is beautiful. So yeah, why are you not going? Okay, there you go. Thank you. So next we technically did plastic and rubber, or around that time we did plastic and rubber. But since we're here, I'm going to talk about this whole factory system. So technically, this is all connected. This should be one whole factory, but it's not. It's 3 different factories, because I was dumb. Oh, excuse me. I had a runny nose. Sorry for me sniffles. But this brings in aluminum solution, alumina solution, yeah, aluminum solution, and coal, and who knows what else. And then for our outputs from this factory, we get water, because our one of the products is water, and aluminum scrap. And I didn't really think about it. And then I created this factory. And then I realized, oh, we actually need the aluminum scrap. So then I created the aluminum scrap storage. And then I realized, oh, I don't need a storage for aluminum scrap. Oh, before I jump in, this is it. We got packagers, we got stuff, you know, and foundries, not foundries, refineries. Anyway, I was like, oh, we need the aluminum scrap. Then we created this, because this creates aluminum ingots. Like, oh, we need those. Then we need silica. We got silica. I think this is phantom silica. I don't think this is actually here, is it? Oh, it is. Aluminum scrap might be phantom aluminum scrap. Nope, it's not. Okay, I don't. What? Why? What? Why are you not? I don't understand, game. Is this not? Huh? I don't understand what's going on. I'm just gonna leave it. Yep. Anyway, these foundries produce aluminum ingots, which then go into their own storage facilities, which then pop out the backside and yeah, do their own little thing, make their way around. Then it goes into another train station, which is great. And I forget what we bring in right there. Oh, that's where we bring in silica. Then I realized we didn't produce enough silica, and so I brought the silica in myself. We got this for whenever we need aluminum ingots, which we actually really don't use it at all. And so then I was like, oh, we actually need these to produce something. Why not just use another factory? And this one's a little weird. This one is a pain in my butt a lot of times. This produces radio control units, aluminum casing, and AA sheets. Why AA sheets? Why do I call them AA sheets? Because I don't know what that says. Alclad? 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 Alclade? Oh, Alclade, that might be it. I don't know. Aluminum sheets. I just call them AA sheets. It's easiest for me. But they require copper. So we put, yeah. Oh, we got another coupon. Cool. Fun. Anyway. That's that storage facility. I just repeated myself. Lovely. Let's look at our drones. So drones are more of our recent transportation, and we don't really use them at all. Like, at all. And that's okay. This is our drone port. This drone is out somewhere. It's actually going over here. And I think the reason we don't use drones is because they're just a pain in my butt to figure out. Like the whole battery system, not my favorite thing. I also might be not be doing it right. Also, this is one of the machines that we've unlocked. This is our particle accelerator. Is that right? Particle accelerator. Yep. Pretty cool. This just... we haven't used this machine yet, but we will eventually. But we just got one here because it's cool and fancy. So let's go look at our drones. Also, if you notice, I haven't talked about power very much. I guess we'll talk about that as we go. So there's a couple of coal power plants just scattered throughout. You can see these water things. They're scattered throughout. A lot of the power was originally coal power, and then we switched to nuclear power, and now I don't really think about power at all because we have so much. But we were struggled with power for so long. This factory. But anyway, here's our drones. I don't know why you're not going. Oh, because something's not producing. I don't know what. Is it you? Yeah, it might be you. Damn it. See, this also doesn't work very well because it just doesn't. It just doesn't. And I hate it so much. I like need to delete all this plastic. What? 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 Trying to delete the plastic. Take the copper. Okay. Yeah, it's something, and it takes a lot of power to use. And oh well, it is what it is. What do you even have? Okay. Not my most prized thing, but it works, and we got a bunch of batteries that we aren't using. You can see, absolute bananas amount of batteries. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I really don't like this. Drones are cool, except for the fact that they're pretty much boy. Okay. Anyway, where to go now? So let's go take our train route, and we'll take our train and we'll kind of go look at some things. So I think I want to go look at our plastic and rubber first. One, because we can go really fast on it, and two, is why not? I want to place it that way. I want to place two of them because I can. All right, onwards. This train system works great. We got a bunch of train stations everywhere. How it works is it's like the American road system. Because I know some of my viewers aren't from America, or a lot of my viewers aren't. American road system. You drive on the right side of the road. This, you drive on the right side of the road. They all go on the right side. There's no. I know, it's crazy. Crazy people over here. There are eagles and corn, and oh my gosh, I just see so much corn in my life. It's great. Anyway, off to our right is where we get our aluminum solution. There's just a couple factories for it. They aren't fancy, they aren't crazy, but they work. That's our train that does it. It works pretty well. There's 2 of them, and it fuels that chain of 3 factories that we have. So I'm gonna speed up here because we can go quite quickly. Because we need to go quite quickly because I made this such a big loop that yeah, it takes forever to go around if you aren't going fast. You can get like 250 on this, which is really nice. Yeah, that's insane. That speed is insane. But this is our rubber facility, rubber and plastic, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It doesn't do much. The reason we have it here is because this is where we found our crude oil. And this train's really loud in my ears. I don't know if it is for you, but it is for me. Yeah, we have a highway system that comes down to it, again for the storage. But we kind of just are taking from the station itself with the trains as its own storage sort of thing. Maybe if that makes sense. I don't know. Look up above. Okay, I wanted to get on that and jump, but oh well. So, also placing highway systems at an angle, like doing the ramps like this, awful. That was awful to do. I would not recommend it. Or if you do it, I really hope you have a better way of doing it, because this was horrendous to do. Okay, look at this. I've been looking at this for so damn long. You just drive. Do you have fuel? You all had fuel? I don't get it. I honestly, I don't get it. Where'd that train go? It's right here. So I like this factory. This one also has its own drone port. Yay. Also off in the distance is another drone port that takes for our batteries. The drones are used to power drones. That's what's going on. Because I used them to get the stuff to power them. Which is great. Okay. So this is heavy oil residue. Yeah. I don't think I have a door that goes into this. No. I don't think there's a door. How do I get into here then? Oh, here's a door. Wow, what an awful place to put a door. Cool. So this is kind of when we unlocked refineries. And we've been listening to this music for so damn long. I need to change it out. Change tape. What should we listen to? Let's do this one. Yeah. So this whole system is a bit complicated, but it works. It's a very satisfying and uniform system. And it's a great test of my patience with creating a system. Because the refineries are very complicated. Not as complicated as blenders, I don't think. But they are still pretty damn complicated to set up. Because you got pipes, you got conveyor belts all coming in and out. And knowing which from which, and which watch and whoosh. And everything that way. They produce plastic, rubber, then they also produce heavy oil residue right here. And that heavy oil residue comes into these refineries, which then pop out, are used to produce fuel, and then that fuel comes to here. We can package that fuel to ship it off to create turbo fuel, or we bring it right along here and send it into these power things, which are not powering because we don't have enough fuel. But they produce a little power. We're going to use them at our mega factory a lot more efficiently, but we have them here when needed. So yeah, it was I unlocked them and I was like, I don't know what these are. We'll try them. They're interesting. Not like nuclear power, but they're just right there. So this is basically the same on the floor below. We take a look at it. It's basically the same. Pretty cool. I like looking at it. Just have a ramp here. That's weird. Yeah. And then I have a door, and in the worst place possible. Which is fine. What else I got out there? Alright. Now on to... Yeah, see, there's a train. There's a train wait. For the longest time, there wasn't any way to do this loop and take shortcuts on it. I eventually added shortcuts to the loop when creating this mega factory, which will be one of the last things we look at. Because I'm going to show you our nuclear power and our most recent factory. So, what was I going to say? I lost it. Oh, the train system. The trains used to have to, if they wanted to go from home base to like where you could, the plastic storage facility, you'd have to go, you can loop around home base. Home base is a place where you can loop. But you have to go, and you'd have to go here. You have to go all the way down, all the way around, and back up, because the rail system just didn't like loop. Like right here, this is where you can take a shortcut. You go in just right over there, and you come out right here instead of having to go down and up and around. But you used to have to go down, up and around in order to get to like to go right here for any of the stuff on our right. You have to go down. Funniest thing, I consciously knew what I was doing when I did that, or knew what I did when I did that. But I was like, I'm not the one driving the trains. And then I was the one driving the trains. And then I was like, screw this. And so I fixed it. But if you take this rail system all the way down, all the way straight down, which is quite nice. It's very satisfying pathway. Rail system. I was debating on having it go left at any point. It probably will, or it probably won't. I don't know. But you go through our pink forest with all of our, I don't know what to call these trees. They look like what's the word? Kind of look like not aspens. It's like an aspen or a birch or a poplar. Would poplar be that? Does anybody know? Is poplar kind of what these trees look like? I mean, not the whole pink is really not it. It's kind of like, pink is like a redbud pink. Oh well. Also, if you didn't know, redbuds are blooming right now, and so if you see an eastern redbud, you can eat their flowers. If you have eastern redbuds blooming, go out, pick off a few, put it in a salad. You can eat their flowers. It tastes like sweet peas if you get them right. If they've been blooming for like 3 weeks, don't eat them. I mean, you can eat them, they just aren't as tasty. But like that first, like a week after they start blooming, they taste so good. All right, so we are down here at our kind of, I think our newest factory that we've created. It might not be, I don't know. That's like fully functioning. But first I want to show you this thing. This, I forget what it's called. It's like a fracker. It does a lot of fracking. And it produces so much damn, what do we have in here? Nitrogen? We only use it for this factory. We'll eventually use it more. This is so much nitrogen. Look at it. Isn't it just... Very cool. Very cool stuff. Alright. Now up to this storage. Not storage. Factory. The bottom's not fully finished in terms of aesthetics, but it works. So this is actually a pretty advanced factory. We use some pretty big things for this. But it's quite small because we take from our like our OG factories. That's where I take some of these resources from. And excuse me, sorry, stuffy nose, not how many Kleenexes around. So this we produce heat sinks, This produces heavy modular frames, which goes into these blenders, which produce fused modular frames, which are kind of cool, and cooling systems. Boy, oh boy, are these advanced stuff. Like this takes heat sinks, rubber, water, nitrogen gas. Okay, that's not that bad. This takes heavy modular frames, aluminum casing, and nitrogen gas. It doesn't seem like a lot, but aluminum casing, the behind to produce, because aluminum solution, like to produce it is so much. I hate it so much. Anyway, we got a little storage for them, and they're full. They're doing pretty good. We'll use them for later on when we create our next mega factories. Yeah, you know, kind of just everything's just kind of snug and it fits nicely. All right, trains, you're coming with me. So we're gonna go take a look at our nuclear power, which was something I was really anticipating for a very long time, was getting our nuclear power, and we have it now, and it works. It works great. And yeah, it's in a place, it's far off from all of our other factories because it's radioactive. I don't think I have any radioactive things. Also, I'm out of like turbo fuel, which is so much fun because I placed it on all those trucks and tractors, so that's great. Go me. So happy I did that. Through the tree. Think I can make it? Oh, I'm gonna make it. Heck yeah. Alright, let's go down here. So this is where we pull our uranium from. Now there's not very many uranium nodes along this map. We pulled one, we died trying to pull it like 3 or 4 times, pull the resources from it, and we finally did it. That's right down there. It takes, you can kind of see it, it's a couple blenders, a couple refineries, and it produces, say there's your uranium going in, and then it produces fuel rod. Not, it doesn't produce the fuel rods, it produces those things, whatever they're called. Oh, very radioactive. See that? You see that? That thing is just spewing radiation all over the place, and that's why it's off and where no one can get hurt by it. That's why it's green. Everyone knows radiation's green, right? Right? Yeah, no, maybe so. Okay. So since I can't use my jetpack, we're just gonna walk all the way over. I'd use my jetpack. So the creation of this factory, it's not connected to anything else. The only connection is power to all of our other factories. Otherwise, this is solely on its own, takes resources on its own nodes, own everything, which defeats the purpose of having our storage facilities, but that's okay. It's fine. So again, there's radiation literally everywhere because it's very reactive stuff. We produce control rods, we produce these things, you can see them, they're green, radioactive, they hurt a lot, which is great. They look kind of cool though. And then if you look out, we have, so this all fuels 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 or 4 or 5. One, two, three, four. It looks like 4 different nuclear power plants, which produce so much power. It is so nice. We'll use all that power, but we produce a decent amount right now, and it's really nice. It's water pumps. They look really cool. I would go down there, but I would probably die. Just radiation everywhere. And yeah, we put our nuclear waste somewhere. It's like where my cursor is. It's like a little storage place right there. But all this very radioactive. I don't know how not everything is working, because radiation like corrodes things very quickly. Okay, so that's that. Nuclear power. Do I have a power thing? Yeah, let's take a look. So our power originally was like, so kind of where my cursor is, it's kind of the level of power that we originally had. And like we've used a little more, we started using a little more power. But we were riding that line with our batteries and everything that way for very long, and we got down to like 30 minutes left before everything just, like, before we ran out of stored power. It's like 30 minutes, so even got down to like, it would fluctuate and it'd be like, oh, you only have like 8 minutes left, but typically stayed around 30. But then we put all these in and just doubled our power just like that, which I don't know why. It must be a water problem on why some of them aren't working. I hate water problems. Water in this game is so finicky. Like, in all honesty, it's awful. Okay, where am I going? Where's my thingy? So one of the ways to transport around this area is Mark 5 conveyor belts, because you can launch yourself, absolutely blast yourself into oblivion. Look at that, we're already at this little fun factory. This is probably my favorite factory. Why? Because it's explosives. That's all this is. It's a bunch of refineries, it's a bunch of assemblers, and all that just for explosives. And it's beautiful. Like in here, we got cluster noblest. Crazy. We've got just normal noblest. A bunch of them. Way too many. And then we got, what is this? Rifle ammo. So much rifle ammo. Just because we can. And it's beautiful. And I'm not holding any because I need the space for our mega factory. But isn't it? Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun. It's just all here. Also, this was so much bigger than I was expecting it to be. When creating this, I was like, oh, it shouldn't be too bad. And it was like, oh, I need a bananas amount of assemblers and I don't know, mango grove of refineries. That's not. I feel like a mango grove is a lot more. We don't grow mangoes here. Not naturally. That'd be cool if we did. Oh, mangoes. Mangoes are good. I don't eat them very often, but when I do, they are yummy. I'm just gonna take this. Yeah, this is how I transported back and forth for the longest time. So I'd run out of resources for my setting up the nuclear power plant, and I'd have to use this over and over and over and over. Like, is this going the right way? Which way do you go? Okay, you are going the right way. Damn. Alright, so the last thing I want to show you, I think I've pretty much covered everything. There's a lot of tiny things, but I think if you want to look at the tiny stuff, I might have covered it in episode 50 tour. The last thing I want to show you is our mega factory, because we've been working on this for I think 12 episodes now. Technically probably 14. But we've been working on it for a long time. And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to show you it. Or if you've given up on watching it be built, a quick run through it. And I will say, we're done with our constructors for it. We've had, I think it's like 4 or 5 episodes of just straight constructors being placed, which I'm sorry. I really am. I don't have the time to place the 20 bajillion levels of constructors and then do another episode like the next day. So I split it up. Oh well, and some people like to watch that. I don't know. Maybe. Y'all are crazy sometimes. But if we take our route, this is the bauxite. Or this takes from bauxite and puts it into alumina solution with water. And it takes bauxite and water to create it. I'm going to pull water up from way down yonder, which is kind of funny. Look at that pipe system. Crazy little dude. So it's going to go right here, and then going to go right again. And this rail is only towards this factory. I'm going to get out and just take a look at it. You know, you may be thinking to yourself, that's actually not that bad. It doesn't look too big. Well, let me tell you, it's big. It's real big. because we are a long ways away from it. But it starts out, we have done our smelters at the bottom. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 or 5 rows of smelters? Yeah, and then 2 rows of foundries, and then 4 rows of refineries, and then the rest I think is constructors. All that, constructors. Because I think we need, what, 600 constructors for this mega factory? And this mega factory, if you didn't know, is producing... Which part are you producing? You're producing... Where is it at? It's... somewhere. Assembly director system. And it's going to produce... We need 4,000 of them. And this is going to produce... Not 4,000. It's going to produce like 7.5 per minute. Which is insane. But this whole thing is for 7.5 per minute. It's fine. I'm fine about it. There's no worries. Anyway. Oh, I forgot to show you the whole platform. So this originated... I placed down every single factory on a platform. I don't know if you've seen that episode. I'm sure some of you have. But all that platform, all those machines were placed into here. And now they're being placed upwards instead of outwards. Which is fine. But here's a blueprint machine that we've been using to create blueprints for it. The train system's not set up because this is going to be resourced by trains. I'm not using tractors. I'm not using trucks. Screw that. It's going to be trains, which is power, but oh well. I got this nice ladder. Also, okay, yeah. Look, now that we're up close, look at how tall that is. Just look at that. I don't know, you can't really get a scale. There's nothing to reference the scale of it. That's how big it is. Like, there's just nothing that you can really reference how tall it is. It's insane. We're gonna take this ladder. We're gonna go all the way up, and it's gonna take a while. Because 1, the ladder isn't too fast, and 2, it's so damn tall. And I can't get over it with how tall it is. But yeah, we'll go all the way top. And you can see, again, we saw it from our home base. You can see so much of the map, especially now, with how tall it is. Also, one thing I noticed, it's so damn tall that the lighting of the game really doesn't know what to make out of it. Like, for some of the levels, the lighting just shuts off. Like, I don't know what it is. The shadows just don't work, or everything becomes a shadow. And it's really confusing and kind of a pain to get thumbnail photos for, and also see in the dark. Ugh. Not fun stuff. Not fun stuff at all. I think we're above it now. I don't know. We'll probably see it here. But it's a big one. So now we're just getting past our refineries with an autosave. As you can see, this is the start of our constructors. Now, the reason this is so tall is because we have logistic floors in between each level. Those logistic floors are 2 walls high, as you can kind of see back there. All these constructors, just logistics constructors. Logistics constructors. Logistics constructors. I don't know what the other factories are going to look like. They're going to be absolutely massive. Because I think the other factories are more advanced than this one in terms of what they need and what they use. So here's the top of our ladder. I'm just going to keep placing it because I don't really want to use my turbo fuel to get all the way up. Look at this. It's absolutely insane how tall this is. I don't know how long we've been on this ladder. Quite a long time. But just to give you a scale of the size of this, like, we're getting pretty damn close to those clouds, if you ask me. Like, we really actually are. Damn. Gonna place that. That should bring us pretty damn close to the top. I think you can get close to clouds. I don't know. But here's our latest platform. And here you go. This is what you see from up here. Nothing. Everything is just fogged over. Which is insane. That's how tall we are right now. You really can't see much. You can see our space elevator. You can see our fun pipe. And yeah, Oh, I took a picture. Whoops. This is it. You can see so damn far. It's across the whole entire map. There's our power over there, nuclear power. You kind of see the train. He's going right there. He's making his way. You got home base, giant platform, and yeah, then you're back here. Pretty cool. I really like it. I like how it's turning out. And eventually we probably won't see any of the ground when we're done with it. But you can see it from the ground. You just can't see the ground from it. It's crazy. But just imagine like 4 of these just scattered it all throughout. That's what's gonna happen. So now that we're up here, we get to jump down, which is the most fun part. So we're gonna jump. And now we can see the train. This is just massive. Gotta make sure I know where I'm landing. It doesn't kill you, I don't think, if you fall all the way, which is weird. Yeah, this is just, it's an impressive work of art. I will say that. Very happy with it. Very happy with how it's turning out. It's just taking a long time. And we gotta do it 3 more times. It's just fun. Okay. So we're gonna go back to our home base to finish this off. Show you the why am I using turbo fuel? What am I doing? Yeah. Show you the giant platform and show you the pipe, and then we'll call it there. So the giant platform, to give you some context, is where we placed all of the machines for this factory. I went ahead and did an inventory and placed, I was like, okay, I want to know the scale of all this. So I placed down all the machines, I did all the calculations, and eventually was I can't even explain it. My brain just hurts so much from working on it. But all the machines that you see, all the machines that you see were placed down before they were brought here, just so I could see scale, I could see number, I could see reality of it, of how big I could actually make this factory. And I downscale it twice. This factory was at one point supposed to be 4 times as large as it is right now. There would be 4 times as many machines for it. That's bonkers to me that I was gonna do that. Like, I was very confident with it too. And then I started placing it and I was like, oh, I need like 100 manufacturers. If maybe even more. I don't think it was 100. It was pretty damn close. So I was like, fun. Got all those ready. And I was like, oh, I need, like, for one part, I need 76 assemblers. And I placed all this down, and I realized, wow, this is only for one part. This is for one piece of this. And then there's like 3 or 4 more things that need assemblers. It was insane. But it's done. It's good to go. We fixed it all. Let's take a look at this platform. You're gonna do whatever you want to do. Actually, I'm gonna send you into the right here. Also, my light stopped working on my stuff. So we'll take this tube. So I got a tube to it. This just brings you all the way to the platform. There's nothing on it right now, but this is what we'll use next time when we do our inventory for our other factories, which is fun. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, more to say about it. It's just looking at the sheer size of it. So just imagine this filled with machines. That's what it was. All machines filled. I couldn't place any more even if I wanted to. I probably could. That's besides the point. But that's that. Huge. And that's all going into that factory you see way off in the distance. That's insane. Yeah, we'll take this pipe and we'll call it there for the 3rd time that I'm saying it. So I hope you enjoyed this base tour. It's insane how well this series has done. It's basically boosted this channel to where it is today, which is amazing. And your support on it is great. The comments, I love the comments. I love reading them. We've got, I don't know, if you missed it, there's a Satisfactory 1.0 what we know video that I did yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know if you want to see what all I could figure out on Satisfactory 1.0. Yeah, we'll probably I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to say. It was really fun. I enjoy this game. It's gonna suck when we're done with it, or be happy because it's just such a long series, so much longer of a series than I was expecting it to be, which is fine. I love it so much. It's great. Why'd I turn around? Why you do that to me? Why you doing? Why you bullying me? So, and I think again, thank you to everyone. Likes, comments, everything. Subscribers especially, and then even those who have joined the Discord. Y'all are awesome. And I'm happy. I'm excited to see what the next, who knows how many episodes bring me. Oh, I'm holding a boombox. Okay. Or bring the boombox with us. And whee! Okay. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!